Concerning the Alabama men's basketball situation, what level of accountability falls on the school? Do you have some notes on that, brother, before we get into it to kind of explain what happened? If not, I can just say it, but up to you.
No. I mean, I don't have any detailed notes. If you want to, I know this. I know the story, but I didn't go into deep
Okay.
detail about it. So I'll
I,
let you go ahead and say what
so the
happened.
story goes like this. There's probably number top 5 draft pick that played for the Alabama
Yeah,
not Tar Heels,
definitely top 10. Definitely top 10.
Alabama Crimson Tide named Brandon Miller. He is a very, very good player. He was out with a player by the name of Darius Miles Jr., but no relation to Darius Miles from East St. Louis, but similar name, right? So they're out drinking. They had just won a game, and, the kids out there getting drunk or whatever, and I guess they get into a little type of situation with with a girl and her boyfriend, and old boy Miles was like, hey, he told Brandon Miller, hey, bring me the strap. Basically, bring me the gun or whatever. And Brandon Miller brings him the gun, and they basically blockade the dude in with blockade the dude that he have a problem with, him and this girl, and basically they start shooting shots at him. And one of the girls end up being murdered, right? So the problem is that Brandon Miller brought the gun, accessory to murder, basically. And somehow the Alabama Crimson Tide, we have not heard of this in over a month. We heard about Miles getting in trouble for shooting nobody, but nobody said nothing about Brandon Miller. Matter of fact, Brandon Miller is playing tonight. Fam,
Yeah.
What is happening? How is this okay? Go ahead, bro.
I don't think it's okay, but at the same time, I'm gonna say this about Brandon Miller. Yeah, I brought him the gun. It's like this. Me and C out, and I'm not condoning the murder of this young lady. And prayers go out to her family and everybody who was affected by it. But if
Yes.
me and C is out and I get into it with somebody, and I'd be like, "Hey, C, go to my whip and get my girlfriend, bro."
Yes.
And he bring it to me, and
Yes.
I kill someone. In my opinion, that don't fall on C. I asked him to bring me my gun. You dig what I'm saying? So in this situation, though, Alabama is such a sport. Now, this is the part where
Come on.
I don't like. Alabama is such a sports school that top level athletes, because he's top 10 for the draft pick,
Yes,
top
sir.
level athletes, and this is every school, because my man that came from Duke last year was in some stuff, and now he's about to be rookie of the year. But this particular situation, he brought him the gun. I don't think he expected my man to shoot and kill someone. I think he thought it was going to be a scare tactic. Should he have done it? No. It was a stupid move. It happens. I get that.
Yeah.
Alabama should have sat this man down. But
Absolutely.
because they're number 2 in the country,
Yes.
that's butts and seats. And guess what that makes? Dollars and cents. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes. Let me give you a couple of more details. Another detail. Brandon Miller has gunshots in his car. His window was shot out because he blockaded them. That changes everything. Also, there was a text saying, hey, bring me the gun. He said, yeah, I got you, and I got it loaded. On record. Now, this is the problem. Now, I agree with you. I don't think his life should end, but he should pay some consequences. I don't think he should not be drafted, but he should pay some consequences. And I think they are doing this man a disservice because his talent is so good. Listen, I understand that the coach's name is Nate Oates, and I understand that Nate Oates, he has a chance to win the championship, and I get all that, but you put your integrity to the side because this is a great player, and I think that is trash because, look, no, he did not pull the trigger. But there's somebody in the grave right now. Somebody, and I believe that lady was a mother. She had a child. So somebody don't have a mama right now. Somebody don't have a sister right now. Somebody don't have a daughter right now because my man slid the gun. Slid the gun to somebody that's in an altercation and he was drunk. Like, yo, it's not all on Brandon Miller's fault. He was not the one that pulled the trigger. But in most states, you are accessory to murder, in my opinion. In Alabama, the DA of Alabama said, well, I didn't see that. We can't charge him for accessory to murder. Guess where the DA of Alabama went to school at? Roll Tide. That is wrong, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I understand that.
I agree.
I understand because that caused a conflict of interest. If you got a Roll Tide diploma up there, you're not going to try him the right way. Just like the cops covered it up, just like the school covered it up. This happened over a month ago, and this man has been playing like ain't nothing happened, like somebody didn't die, like someone didn't die. You feel what I'm saying? Literally somebody died, and that what is the problem with me, and we're going to go over on this. What the problem is, with me on this is that what is the heart of this man, right? Because it's going to be hard for me to live with knowing something I may have contributed to caused someone to die. I ain't sleeping tonight. You know what I mean? I ain't built like that. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like seeing when they had the videos of somebody got shot or the cops did the murder. I don't watch, Rob will tell you, I do not watch the videos because I don't want to see someone to die. I don't want to see somebody die in real life, and I will be really messed up knowing that something I may have contributed to allowed someone to die. Once again, am I saying that man should lose his whole career? No, but he should be suspended. Let me give you one more example. I'm going to let you go, Rob. There's a player by the name of James Wiseman that plays for the Detroit Pistons right now, but he was also for the Golden State Warriors. You know where he went to school at? At the school that I root for, Memphis. The University of Memphis. James Wiseman played 3 games at the University of Memphis. You know why he only played 3 games at the University of Memphis? Because when he was in high school, and Penny was a high school coach in the city of Memphis, he brought James Wiseman to Memphis. When he was not the head coach of Memphis, he was he was a high school coach, right? And the college, NCAA went back and still charged him where he couldn't play college ball. Is that murder, Rob? Is that accessory to murder? Is there anything close to murder? My man played 3 games. This dude just playing. He playing tonight, fam.
This
is messed up, dog. Go ahead,
messed
bro.
up, but let's talk about it here.
Alabama, I know it's Power 5 too.
No, Alabama, Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to certain schools, regardless of the color of your skin, you get privileges if you're good. Because if he's not top 10 draft pick, let's just be real here. If he's not top 10, he is suspended. Maybe even be getting ready to be charged with some stuff.
He might get kicked off the team.
I was about to say he might.
It might be like New Mexico, like Mr. G talked about, where they stopped the whole season.
We talking New Mexico hazing, and we talking about Alabama Roll Tide basketball team is number 2. Now, understand what I'm saying. Again, prayers out to the family of this woman who was murdered because it was senseless. It was stupid.
Yeah.
But for this young man, he's in a position, and the coach made this comment. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And he came back, and he had to apologize for the insensitive comments.
Yes.
But he was speaking the truth from their standpoint. Did he pull the trigger? No.
You muted yourself.
All right, it did it again. All right, then cool. There it is. He gonna play. And they tried to sweep it under the rug and they got out. I'm not condoning the foolery. He should have been suspended. You could have suspended him for the rest of the season. And if y'all got into the tournament or something, I'm not saying charge this man. And the one who murdered,
I don't agree with that neither.
And I hate to say this, man. I'm just glad they didn't charge this man. Because in any other situation, if it's me and you, now, like I say go to the car, grab the strap. Both of us going to jail, one word.
But go ahead, bro. I got something. Go ahead.
You see what I'm saying, though? Like, it's like circumstantial. It's like on certain things we get the pass, and on certain. So on one hand, it's like you got to teach this man a life lesson. You can't make him think he can get away with it because now when money get into his pocket, he's gonna have that attitude. I get what you're getting at. On the other hand, it's like, well, I'm glad they didn't nail him up. You dig what I'm saying? And he has an opportunity to not lose his life, and hopefully he does learn a lesson for the fact of, like you said, accessory to murder. I'm glad they didn't hit him with it, man. I just really am.
Here's the other side to that, though. Listen, you have kids, right? You got good kids, right? And people don't never want to say this. There are bad kids.
Yeah.
They are bad seeds. There are some kids that, although we are Christians and we believe that everybody is redeemable, some of them bad, right?
Yeah.
What if he was with that smoke with the gun, right? And what if he just got away and then later on he do that, he let somebody, he shoot somebody because he about that life. That's the other side of it. See, that's what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? Like, yes, because I know you look through the lens, that's a black boy, and we want his life to be good. Okay, but if he's a bad seed and we empowered that, then what? You know, like, yes, I want black kids to do good. Yes, I want black kids to do well, but we got to be held responsible You know what I'm saying? Just like we got a lot of rich black dummies because nobody held them to be responsible. And what I mean by dummy, like literally can't add because they can shoot a ball. Because nobody held him responsible. Well, he good. We slide him on. We slide him on. Okay, we got to hold these people accountable. Although we black, yes, I am not Azamama Laker, but pro-black. Go black. I'm grateful God made me black. I get it. But on the other side, and look, hopefully, like Rob said, I fully agree with that. Hopefully he say, man, I got off of this. I need to change the way I'm handling business. I hope that's the way. But God forbid he be like, man, I got away with that, man. I could do with this. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the other side of it. So I
think, and I know we're going over. I think the difference. I think the difference is most of the people to be like, I got away with that, don't have something positive in their life that can make. So here's a mistake. And I guess this is the part that get me. So many times people are, especially in the black community, they make one mistake and they take it. But every other community make these mistakes and
this is true. This is
probation.
very, very true.
You know what I'm saying? Probation.
True. Yes, sir.
They make these mistakes and the next thing you know, the story's buried. You know what I mean?
This is true.
So
this does happen all the time.
On that sense, we have a life loss. The person who pulled the trigger, hold them accountable. There's murder. No matter how you look at it. And even though alcohol was involved, they're still kids. And I think sometimes we see these grown young men because they're so tall in stature and they're playing sports. We forget they're teenagers making stupid teenage hormonal decisions, especially if alcohol or the young 20s when you wild and testosterone up and now you amp and man, I whoop your and they make one wrong decision and it changed their life. I hope this is my hope for it. And I want to say I'm not condoning it for the listeners later or for people watching live. I'm not for black on black crime. I'm not for crime and people losing lives and killing people. I'm not for that. What I am for is I'm happy. The one that pulled the trigger, get him out of here. The one that handed the gun, if y'all gave him a second chance, like y'all would have did if this was Texas football team, Johnny Football and his team, the same way y'all would have did for teach him his lesson.
Yes.
And move him on. But he should have been suspended. So I am happy about that. And I would be a lie if I said I wasn't. I am happy that they did not take this young man and make an example out of him. And now his life is over for what his partner did. Yeah. And if the system worked for him where it was to his favor because he was the athlete, then I'm sorry if I sound insensitive, folks. I just get so sick and tired of one mistake changes our life, but other people can make these mistakes and it's swept under the rug like, oh, well, he was just a kid. Nah.
Right. I agree with that. And I say this, and this is a real debate for you right here. I agree with that in this sense. We should earn a get out of jail free card. The difference is though, somebody lost their life. And that's the biggest thing. Like this is not, a drunk driver and somebody get hurt, but they don't die. But somebody lost their life. And that's the point. I do not, but with me saying that, I'm not saying he should not play basketball again. And I'm not saying he should even not play basketball again at Alabama. But they need to do something. Don't act like, oh, it's no big deal. Somebody need to talk to this man and be like, bruh, I know you was drunk. And the result of your actions did this. You did not kill nobody. So you can sleep well at night knowing you didn't kill nobody. But you have to know that this is not okay. You know what I'm saying? Right. But the onus is not really on Brandon Miller in that sense. The onus is on Alabama only being concerned about wins. Because when the coaches say, if your son to play Dominic, if Dominic was getting recruited by not Coach K, who the coach of Duke right now? What's my man name?
I can't even think of it right now.
Whoever, but we'll say Tom Izzo, and Tom Izzo say, look, I'm going to take care of your baby. I'm going to make sure you're all right. I'm going to love your kid. You know what I'm saying? You as a father going to want him to have another chance, but you as a father going to also want to be like, no, discipline him. Make him run lines. Make him do this. You know what I'm saying? Because that's in the part of loving the kid. Letting it slide and not saying nothing is not helping the kid. That's my point. That's all I'm getting at. I want him to have
Yeah.
the opportunity. And to answer the question as we wrap this up, Mr. G said the hockey kid lost his career for what he did, drafted by Boston. Does the NBA team draft Miller? Yes, they're going to draft him. Because at the end of the day, he didn't kill him. It's wrong. It's a bad look. Allen Iverson had an incident at the bowling alley, similar type incident that could have took him out.
Yep,
He got locked up. He literally got locked up. So is he going to have a career? Yes, he's going to have a career. What he going to need to do, he need to get somebody right now. He need to get him an agent right now to work on that image and show, hey, I'm doing this to repair the image. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be thinking about all that before you get into the meetings with them. Yeah, before you get into those meetings. Because trust me, them NBA teams going to be like, yo, dog, what you did that night? You know what I mean? Am I sure I'm going to invest top draft pick, like $9 million into you? Am I going to give you $9 million? So I want the kid to win. I want it to be all right. But I'm very upset and very disappointed in Alabama because they missed the opportunity to help this man. Now they gonna do it now because of the bad pub, and they gonna act like they really trying to help them. But it ain't got nothing to do with that. You doing it because you got bad pub. It's not because you want to help the kid.
It's image. It's image. It's not for kids.
It's image.
And here's the reality. Here's the reality behind all of that. Whenever it's a Power 5, this is the stuff that we don't want to talk about, and it made news.
Mm-hmm.
Look how long it was under the rug. This is what Power 5 conferences can do.
Because they got the bread.
So if social media was not a thing,
yes, sir.
Let's rewind about 10 years ago when social media was big, but it wasn't as big. If social media wasn't a thing, guess what? You never would have known about this.
Would have never known.
And this is the reason why all of these Roll Tides and Michigans and Michigan States and all of these big time Ohio States. Think about this, and I'm gonna go. Since we're on basketball, a Karl Malone story came out about when he was at Louisiana Tech getting a 12-year-old pregnant, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been knowing Karl Malone in Stockton for the pick and roll. That was my first time ever hearing this story. Why? Because social media is out there.
That's right.
This man's son, who he had with this 12-year-old woman or girl, who's a woman now, plays in the NFL. You dig what I'm saying? So when stuff like this happens, man, and I really hope nobody thinks I'm being insensitive when I said what I said.
Right.
Is Alabama is just one of them schools. We've gotten away with it so long. So what's the big deal? Get over it. You know what I'm saying? Get over it.
Yeah, it happens all the time. And, the point you're making is a good point because for once we can get that benefit that we don't normally get, that they say, oh, he's just a good kid benefit. And what makes the equalizer is that he's good. That boy good. You know what I'm saying? But, like I say, the point I was making, I think you agree with this too. I just want them not to let him think that that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, flat out.
For the rest of his life. If they love him, if they say, we care about you like they say they do, don't let them think that's okay. You know what I mean?